Morning, everybody. Welcome to our deep stretch. Today, you need no special equipment. If you have blocks, you could always use those to enhance some of your stretches, but just meet me on the mat and we'll get started. Let's begin today in butterfly. Bring your feet together, slide them in towards your body. Everybody's butterfly might look different. Your knees might be up here, all dependent on where your hips are. And of course, if you're doing this with me live, it's morning and your body is probably not warmed up yet. So if you're feeling like your knees are having a hard time getting towards the ground, you can always sit up onto a blanket or a block or a pillow. Bring your hands to your ankles. Take a little sway side to side. And then we'll sit up nice and tall and start to fold forward from the hips. Maybe you can journey onto the palms as you walk them forward, or maybe even the forearms come to the mat. Let your head start to be heavy. Maybe even close your eyes. Think about sending your breath all the way through your nose, your lungs, and down to your hips. Imagine it going all the way down to your hips. And start to slowly roll your way up. There's no rush here. Move with intention today. Take a big breath in, reach your arms overhead. And exhale, pull the hands to the heart. Let's do that again. Big breath in. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Good. This time reach up, breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left. Take your hand to your knee and your other hand behind you to hold this twist. Gazing over your left shoulder. And release back to center. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, twist to the other side. Release back to center and come to a tabletop position. So hands and knees on the mat. And moving slowly, mindfully. We're in no rush. There's nowhere to be except the mat. So take your time as you move and transition between poses. Spread your fingers wide. Press into the mat. Bend the neutral spine, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, and breathe in. Exhale to press away, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Keep moving with your breath, inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. And that spine to really wake up. And then if you'd like to, you can add some movement here. I like to add circles sometimes, taking my cat-cow in a circle, still moving with the breath as you inhale to arch and exhale to round. Maybe you feel like you need to shift your hips side to side, get a little stretch in that side body. Otherwise, you can stick to the regular cat-cow. But if there's something that your body is saying might feel good, feel free to explore that. And when you've had your fill, go ahead and come back to your neutral spine, that flat back. Keep your left hand down, lift your right arm up as you breathe in. And exhale, slide your right hand, palm facing up underneath, and all the way over to the left till your ear and shoulder come to the mat. Let's thread the needle. Breathe deep into this twist and the shoulder opener. And slowly unravel. Coming all the way back up, right arm up, breathe in. And exhale, plant it down. Do the same thing, other side, left arm lifts up as you inhale. Exhale, slide it under to the right. Left ear comes to the mat, and left shoulder comes to the mat. Press into the right hand, lift the left arm up, unravel, and release. Take the knees wide as the mat, big toes together, sit the hips back, walk your arms forward, child's pose. Allow your forehead to touch the mat and rest. Then walk your hands forward, walk those fingertips just 1 inch forward, a little bit more. Feel that stretch in the arms as they stay active today, palms on the mat. Send the breath to the entire torso. That means front, back, side, and side. And stay where you are. Just lift up onto your fingertips. Maybe you feel a slight difference in the stretch, maybe not. And release the palms down. Roll your way back up nice and slow and come down to your belly. Bring your forearms onto the mat. Touch your tops of your feet on the mat. Keep your pelvis rooted down. And step your elbows underneath your shoulders. We're coming up into this small back bend here, Sphinx pose. hands are in line with the elbows, then we're kind of pressing away into the ground and pulling our elbows towards our toes. So you can find that opening of the collarbones, opening of the chest. No need to overextend the neck here. You can almost tuck it in a little bit as you find a length in this upper back, small back bend. Slowly release your weight down. Make a pillow with your hands for your head. Take a little shift of the hips left and right. And then we're going to kind of come into that similar posture. Take your left arm and place it down in front of you. Bend your right leg. Keep this right hip down on the ground as you reach back for your foot and pull it towards your bum. If this is too much, you can come back to that pillow shape that we just had. Still an awesome stretch for the quad and the hip flexors. But if you're looking for a little deeper stretch today, you can press up onto that left forearm. Keep that right hip down. And notice if your knee has splayed out to the side. Whoops, mine did. Bring it back into the center. Slowly release that right leg. Replace your left arm with your right. Bend your left knee and reach back for your foot. Pull it in. Try to keep that left hip down. And slowly release that leg. Take your arms by your sides. Let your left ear rest on the mat. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more just like that. And release. Beautiful. Take your fingertips forward and out to the sides a bit. And roll yourself up into a little cobra-like position. And then release back down. 2 more times. Roll it up. Release it down. Last one. Roll it up. Release it down. Plant your palms, tuck your toes. Feel your hips toward the sky, downward facing dog. Heels are dropping towards the mat, but they might not touch, and that's okay. Get a straight line from the hands to the hips. And find any movement that might feel good. Hunting out my feet is one of my favorites, by bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shift the hips left and right. Whatever works for you. And then drop both heels toward the mat and take a minute just to be still. your left foot down, lift your right leg up, bend your knee, and stack your hips one on top of the other to open them up. So that right foot is kicking over to the left now. If you look under your left armpit, you may see it. Try to keep even pressure in both hands. And then slowly slide forward back into a plank now. Kick your foot over to the left and place that front leg down. We're coming into pigeon pose. Slide your left leg back. Make sure that the left toes are pointed straight backwards and your hips are squared to the front of the mat. Lift up tall. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Well, in the back leg, hip flexor. It's really the front of the back leg. And slowly release down. Fold forward over that front leg now. You might come to your forearms. You might walk your arms all the way forward. Maybe stack one hand on top of the other. Whatever works for you. If you have a pillow, you can rest on the pillow. Allow yourself to surrender into this pose. Use the breath as you exhale, just let go. Start to press into your hands to work your way back. And then sit down onto your right hip and let your left leg come all the way around to stamp down on the right side of your right thigh. Yes. It's hard when your legs get all tangled up and you feel like a pretzel. I'm like, wait, which leg is which? So this left leg is crossed over the right leg. Take your left hand behind you. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And then exhale, twist to your left. Slowly unravel and take both arms over to the right, counter twist. And then release the leg. Then we'll come back into downward facing dog. You might be facing the other way, that's fine. Or if you wanted to stay facing the way that you were, that's fine as well. Take a couple moments here in this downward dog. Again, you can find any movement that feels good, or you can be still. This time we're going to keep the right foot down and lift the left leg up. Then bend that knee and stack the hips one on top of the other, keeping that foot over to the right. And start to shift forward into plank, bringing that knee in, over behind the left wrist, drop the foot behind the right wrist, and slide your right leg. Lift it on up. Stay here for a few breaths. And then slowly start to fold over your leg. Coming to whatever variation of a fold here feels good. So if you want to rest on a pillow, or your hands, or the floor, that's all. While you're here, notice if you're holding any tension anywhere else in your body. Of course, your hips are going to be feeling a little discomfort here, but are you clenching your jaw? Are your shoulders hiked up to your ears? Where can you soften? Slowly press your way up. Sit down onto your left hip and extend your right leg all the way around to plant down on the left side of the left leg. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm up. And exhale, twist, hooking that arm and gazing over the right shoulder. Slowly release, walk both hands over to the left, plant them down, counter twist. And release. Unravel the legs and send them straight forward. You can bend the knees if you like. If you have a pillow, you want to slide it under your knees. Sometimes that feels really nice. Or keep them straight if you feel like your hamstrings are open enough for a traditional forward fold. Sit up nice and tall. Take a full breath in. And exhale. Keep your spine as long as you can as you walk forward. Find that sticky spot where you feel the stretch and stop there for now. Breathe into it. And use your breath as you inhale. You create a little more space, and exhale, maybe you can move a little deeper into that space. Never pushing towards pain, only small discomfort in our stretching. Mild to moderate discomfort, but never pain. And slowly make your way back up. We're going to lay all the way down onto your back. Bring the knees in. Take the hands on the top of the knees and extend your arms straight. And from there, just make some small circles to massage that sacrum area, the lower back. Switch directions. Plant your right leg down. Take your left leg straight up. Hug your hamstring in towards you. Slowly release it down. Bring the right leg in and straighten it up. Hug it in. And slowly release. Bring both knees into the chest and towards the armpits. Reach outside of the foot and grab onto the foot. Pull your knees towards the mat for happy baby pose. You can find any movement that might feel good, rocking side to side, straightening out one leg then the other. Whatever stretch your body needs, find that stretch in this happy baby. And slowly bring your feet together and towards you for a reclined butterfly, just like we did in the beginning, but now we're laying down. Next to your belly. Your knees lay outside to side. Maybe you lift the hips a little bit and slide them down towards your feet so that you can tuck your tailbone and get more of your back on the ground. We'll take a couple deep breaths here to finish up class. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Follow my count, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release control of the breath. Grab the outside of the legs and gently pull them together. And either roll onto one side and press yourself up, or take some rocks to come to a seat. And you, my friends, are good to go. Thank you for joining me for this deep stretch class. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time.